In high definition, from kfve, this is your source for breaking news. Hawaii News Now at 6:30.
We noticed that there was a ballistic block or rock that was hurled several hundred meters from the Halemaumau crater.
Intense ash emissions and now a ballistic rock 2 feet in diameter hurled into a parking lot a few hundred yards from the crater. Kilauea's latest eruption is decidedly active and dynamic. Tonight, fissure 17 is still spattering but not advancing much. Scientists have also revised the number of fissures back to 20. Meanwhile, earthquakes are definitely rocking the Big Island, at least 125 in the last 24 hours, and new cracks formed in Highway 11 near Hawaii Volcanoes National Park after the latest strong quake to rock the area earlier today. Now tonight, there is a new task force to streamline the military's response to the eruption. Brigadier General Kenneth Harr will now command both the Hawaii National Guard and active military personnel.
We currently have about 19 personnel that will assist me in planning for projected missions. Some of the missions we're anticipating is search and rescue, emergency evacuation, debris clearance, security.
An advance team was deployed to the Keaukaha military reservation in Hilo on Monday and began planning for potential missions. Now, outside Volcanoes National Park, new cracks started opening up in Highway 11. That's where we find our Mileka Lincoln.
Traffic is still being allowed to pass on Highway 11, both from the Puna side and also the Ka'u side. However, you can see the road sign that is now in place, reminding drivers that they need to use caution, slow down because of those cracks that have formed across Highway 11. They're also telling motorists there is absolutely no stopping or pulling over for the next 10 miles, essentially between the Hilo side of Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, where the sign is up, all the way down to the Ka'u side. Now, this is the result of a magnitude 3.5 earthquake located just a tenth of a mile beneath the summit of Kilauea volcano that happened around 11:30 this morning, causing noticeable structural damage in park buildings and leaving behind a web of earth cracks and uneven road surfaces along Highway 11 and other park roadways, we're told as well. You can see the lifting caused by the movements from that seismic activity. However, because this access route is so critical to those who need to travel between the Puna and Ka'u communities, officials say they are making every effort possible to keep Highway 11 open for as long as they can. They have determined that the structural integrity will allow, again, for through traffic for the time being, but they say that situation could change and they want people to stay posted. Take a listen to what Hawaii County Civil Defense Administrator Talmadge Magno had to say about it earlier today.
If that road would get cut off, add some complications. There's always another way to go back around, but that'll be a long way. And so it just adds some difficulties. Some people will be not isolated, but it'd be some hardships for some people.
Again, officials are cautioning anyone who is heading in this direction to be aware that the situation could change rapidly. That's why they want you to avoid this area unless you absolutely have to travel along Highway 11. They will continue to make assessments throughout the evening and, of course, first thing tomorrow morning at daybreak as well. Reporting from just outside Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, Mileka Lincoln, Hawaii News Now.
Mileka, thank you. As for residents impacted by evacuations in Leilani Estates and other nearby neighborhoods, the Red Cross has just opened a new shelter at the Shure Foundation Church. This is on Pohaku Circle near the Orchidland General Store. The Hawaii Red Cross says more than 200 people are at the Pahoa shelter and 41 at the Kea'au shelter. That's a dramatic decrease from just a few days ago, where roughly 500 people sought help. Officials say it may be because some have found other accommodations, while others may have returned home, especially those in the area of the earlier eruption zones. As Arlene Kawano reports, that's making it difficult for first responders.
Officials estimate hundreds of people are refusing to leave their homes, refusing to evacuate both in the evacuation zone and outside of it. And they want to remind people these fissures can pop up anywhere and can reactivate at any time. Health officials say it's not just the lava, the downed power lines, or the cracks in the road, but the high levels of sulfur dioxide that can cover a large area and affect a lot of people, especially those with respiratory problems.
We can't force them. We can't force anybody. We're just highly recommending for your safety and the safety of first responders to please evacuate.
Stuck in Leilani Estates. Anybody can send help. We're on Moku Street.
A man used Instagram Tuesday to ask for help after his vehicle became disabled in Leilani Estates and SO2 levels soared. He did get rescued.
The fire folks have to be, prepared, equipped with monitors plus breathing apparatus so that they can get in there. And so, we've accounted for that. We get some difficulty because it's a dynamic situation in there.
We have some National Guard soldiers working with the fire department measuring the air. And they're not only measuring it for the residents, they're measuring it for the first responders.
Many are willing to take the risks, choosing to use filtered masks. Health officials say stores have very limited supplies and warn the filters offer limited protection with a shelf life of only about 8 hours. Experts say you can also buy these SO2 detectors at a store. They tell you the parts per million and recommend if it hits 5 to put your mask on and run out of the area immediately. In Leilani Estates, I'm Lynn Kawano, Hawaii News Now.
Wow, the sounds from those fissures, just incredible. Now, the winds are changing, which could play a role in the fog and ash. Guy Hagi here now with our first alert forecast.
That's right, Mahia. The National Weather Service actually issued a special statement this afternoon warning Big Island residents of more light ashfall and hazardous air quality because of the continued volcanic activity. Now, the good news is the trade winds are making their way back, which should bring lower humidity levels and better air quality by tomorrow for much of the state. Now, the bad news is the Big Island will continue to have poor air quality from the increased volcanic exhaust. The fog plume, which was pushed over Hilo today by the light winds, will be shifted back down towards Pahala as those trade winds pick up again tomorrow. I'll have the weekend outlook coming up in a few minutes.
Guy, thank you. New at 6:30, Hawaii Electric Light will now restrict its crews from entering a portion of Leilani Estates and all of Lanipuna Gardens. That's because of continued ground swelling and cracking, sudden fissure activity, and unsafe levels of sulfur dioxide. HELCO says crews were working in the subdivision in the last few days, and workers narrowly escaped situations that could have injured them. Meanwhile, the volcanic activity is also starting to take a toll on some farms in Puna. Big Island Processing has suspended production of noni powder and fresh juice due to air quality concerns and road closures leading to the Kalapana business. Over in Opihikal, sulfur dioxide destroyed most of the crops at the Johnson family farm. The owner and his family evacuated, and the 12 employees are now out of jobs.
Trimming those trees are 35 years old. We planted them ourselves. I mean, that's, in my lifetime, I couldn't duplicate that again. I don't know how to digest that one yet. I'm still just kind of numb to the whole thing.
The USDA's Farm Service Agency administers programs that can assist farmers and ranchers with recovery. Head to our website for more information. Now, Hawaii News Now is the place to turn to for complete coverage of the Kilauea eruption. You'll find live updates and the latest developments on hawaiinewsnow.com, on our Facebook page, and with our free news app. Turning to other news, a Hawaii photographer accused of attempting to coerce a 15-year-old into sex has now been indicted by a federal grand jury. Authorities say Dustin Miyakawa used his Instagram to lure the minor to his apartment where he photographed her, offered her money for sex, then threatened to make topless photos public if she didn't have sex with him. Federal authorities have organized a task force because of multiple reports of child sex trafficking.
Research shows that 1 in 25 children ages 10 to 17 have received online sexual overtures for a face-to-face meeting.
Authorities say the investigation revealed other alleged incidents of similar conduct by Miyakawa. They're asking any other potential victims to call 1-800-CALL-FBI. If convicted, Miyakawa could face up to 15 years in prison. He's currently being held without bail. After heavy criticism in the wake of the high-profile escape of killer Randall Saito from the state hospital, the state today unveiled the new security features for the facility. Rick Desog has more.
When the state opens its new $140 million mental health facility in 3 years, state officials promise that patients like psychotic killer Randall Saito will no longer be able to escape.
The new building is going to be completely secure, obviously, so that what happened in November will not happen with this facility.
The new 144-bed facility on the Mauka side of the present state hospital will be enclosed by a 16-foot-high fence shown on this map in red. Patients can only enter and leave through a secured sally port, and all the common areas will be monitored by video 24/7.
It's so different than what you have now that it would take a pretty big conspiracy for something like that to happen.
Patients considered a danger to the public will be housed at the new facility. Those considered less risky will continue to be treated at existing buildings like this one. During a news conference today, state officials declined to provide new details on how Saito managed to escape or whether he had inside help. They said they're waiting for the findings of an attorney general's investigation, which will be completed in the next few weeks.
Been talking with the attorney general to make sure that we can complete it as quickly as feasible. He assured me that they are making progress, but it needs to be done right.
A total of 6 staffers have been placed on leave pending the investigation. Rick Desog, Hawaii News Now.
Each beat on each district will receive a kit.
Maui Police Department becomes the first in the state to arm officers with a special life-saving spray.
See something you want to share with Hawaii News Now? Post it on social media using the hashtag HNN. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
The compassion of St. Marianne Cope and the Sisters of St. Francis provided great comfort to those afflicted with Hansen's disease. Today, that same nurturing spirit continues at St. Francis Healthcare System of Hawaii. It's seen in the exceptional care staff and volunteers provide to patients and their families at home, in nursing homes, or in our inpatient hospice center. St. Francis Healthcare System of Hawaii, caring for Hawaii yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
For all the noses that stuff up around pets, there's Flonase Sensimist. It relieves all your worst symptoms, including nasal congestion, which most pills don't, and all from a gentle mist you can barely feel. Flonase Sensimist.
This year, Tony Group is celebrating 40 years in Hawaii. What started as a small Honda dealership with my dad Tony, just a few models, and a small group of employees, has grown into a thriving auto dealer group. Today, Tony Group includes Honda, Nissan, Volkswagen, Hyundai, and Genesis dealerships, and a car wash and collision center.
As we turn 40, we simply want to say mahalo.
Mahalo.
Thanks. And thanks for making us who we are today.
All right, I brought in new Max Protein.
To give you the protein you need, with less of the sugar you don't. I'll take that.
30 grams of protein and 1 gram of sugar. New Ensure Max Protein and 2 great flavors.
Okay, honey, just switch this. Okay, just breathe, honey. Okay. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh? What do you mean, uh-oh?
When it turned. Okay, ready.
Why are we turning?
I'm so sorry.
This isn't the high
speed. Water?
Are you kidding me?
Okay. All right.
Oh, he's kicking.
Cheap Eats on K5 The Home Team is sponsored by Hele. We're here to help you Hele on.
Maui police are now carrying a nasal spray that can stop a drug overdose brought on by opiates. It's the first police department in the state to deploy the antidote island-wide. Naloxone was the first supplied to Maui's narcotics unit earlier this year after officers started coming across fentanyl. The painkiller is up to 50 times stronger than heroin.
A lot of the folks said that this is not a police function, but being that we are the first responder, if there is something that we can help the community before the medical personnel arrive at the scene.
This medication is an amazing tool. It's very, very safe. There's no side effects to it. If you aren't experiencing an overdose, there's no harm.
The Department of Health says a total of 79 overdosing on drugs on Maui between 2013 and 2016. Now, the department was given 200 kits. Officers on Kauai were also recently trained to use naloxone, but it hasn't yet been distributed among the department's patrol officers. The company that deployed 200 electric scooters around Honolulu says it still doesn't know why nearly half of them were seized by police or how to get their property back. The mayor called the surprise rollout by the company on Saturday outrageous and illegal. He says Lime scooters were put on public property without permits, but company executives say they did their research and didn't find any law that would require city permits, so they decided to move quickly.
We don't want to deny people the accessibility that they could have through our devices because of bureaucracy.
Although police said the scooters were being seized as abandoned property, the company says the company name and contact information is on the scooters, and no one has cited to them what law justifies the seizure. The scooters are unlocked by customers using an app and a credit card, and all of them are collected nightly for recharging. What's time now for Cheap Eats? Guy and Augie take us to a grill with a happy hour pricing from morning to night.
Aloha, welcome to Cheap Eats. That's Augie.
That's Huggy.
And we're in Waikiki.
Yes, we're on the Marco side of the International Marketplace.
That's right, at a place called TR Fire Grill. The food is awesome.
And you can't miss it. It's right across the street from the food pantry.
Happy hour prices.
Woo,
Let's go play tourists. Oh, how's the tacos from TR Fire Grill?
So good. What you eating?
Well, we got a pork one, there's a shrimp one, and you're eating a short rib taco. Two for like $6.
That's right. Happy hour from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. every single day.
Wait, that's not 1 hour.
That's a happy day, people. Man, look at this. My favorite chicken wings, guy.
I know. 3 luscious chicken wings. Look at that. $5 or $6, everything you see today. Happy hour prices in Waikiki, and the food is off the charts.
Okay, what you got over there?
I have a prime rib egg roll. You probably can't find anything like this.
All right. Okay.
Some bistro sauce on it.
Huh? Oh my goodness.
How you eat?
Oh man.
Chicken expert.
Oh man.
Don't mix this one. Now, in addition to the happy hour items, they also got some upscale, uptown items.
We like upscale, so Guy got to teach me some upscale eating right here.
So this is carpaccio.
Okay.
So rare beef. Right, with some olive oil, some capers, some Parmesan.
But it's not peas.
No, capers. Kalihi. Check it out, Oz.
All right.
Read them and weep.
Huh? Tasty? Good stuff?
You don't get this every day.
Okay, so like I was saying, you can go upscale. I got some shrimp over here. And this is all happening over here at TR Fire Grill.
Okay, we still have one more happy hour item to have today at the TR Fire Grill.
Okay, before we polish this off, we Waikiki, we gotta polish off some drinks, guys.
Tropical Waikiki drinks.
That's right, I got the Mai Tai.
I have the mojito.
And of course, the tiny bubble.
Is that what Don was singing of? And of course, the prime rib sandwich.
Oh.
Look
So
at
you
that
gonna polish
luscious.
that off?
I will do so.
I will polish this off right here. Cheers. We'll see you guys at happy hour.
Every day.
Here. Yes. All
Every
day.
day.
Long happy hours, right?
I know. 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Waikiki, right behind the International Marketplace. It's really good.
Ooh, get an Uber or Lyft there for sure.
That's a great idea.
Well, if you know of a place that guys should check out next, email your suggestion to cheapeats@k5.com. So we're going to have more VOG, especially for the Big Island?
Big Island for sure. But for us, no. Look at that, Maha.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. The trade winds are coming back. We'll be right back.
Cheap Eats on K5 The Home Team is sponsored by Hawaiian Telcom.
First, Hawaiian Telcom brought you Hawaii's fastest internet. Now we connect you even faster with symmetrical high-speed internet. That's amazing upload speeds and download speeds to match. Like 100 megs up and down or 300 megs up and down. So if you video chat, game, or share files, you won't freeze up, fall short, or wait all day. Right now, get symmetrical high-speed internet starting at just $34.95 a month. Only from Hawaiian Telcom.
I no longer live with the uncertainties of Hep C, wondering, what if? I let go of all those feelings because I am cured with Harvoni.
Harvoni is a revolutionary treatment for the most common type of chronic hepatitis C. It's been prescribed to more than 250,000 people and is proven to cure up to 99% of patients who've had no prior treatment with 12 weeks. Certain patients can be cured with just 8 weeks of Harvoni. Before starting Harvoni, your doctor will test to see if you've ever had hepatitis B, which may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after Harvoni treatment. Tell your doctor if you've ever had hepatitis B, a liver transplant, other liver or kidney problems, HIV, or any other medical conditions, and about all the medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Harvoni can cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects of Harvoni include tiredness, headache, and weakness.
Ready to let go of Hep C?
Ask your Hep C specialist about Harvoni.
Enjoy the new Sourdough King, made with a toasted sourdough bun, 2 flame-grilled patties, melted American cheese, and crispy bacon. Get the new meaty, cheesy, toasted Sourdough King, or the breakfast sourdough sandwiches, only at Burger King.
Post a photo and show us your superstar. You could win one of many prizes, including an overnight stay at the Grand Naniloa Hotel and a $50 gift card to Hula Hula's restaurant. Follow and tag K5 and Grand Naniloa on Instagram to enter.
The new Fisher claims one more structure.
It is a dangerous situation. We're trying to plan for the worst.
Anyone who lives within lava hazard zones, they need to be prepared for immediate evacuation at a moment's notice.
For continuing coverage of the Kilauea eruption, your source is Hawaii News Now.
Wednesday sunset shaping up pretty nice as you look out towards the Waianae Mountains. Sun going down, nice cloud cover out there. But we are looking at really, really nice weather now that the trade winds are filling in. They're running at about 12 miles an hour here on Oahu. And the fog outlook, however, over the next several days is looking good, except, of course, for the Big Island, where the continued volcanic activity means more foul air. But for the rest of the state, things are looking good. Trade winds filling in tomorrow, getting even stronger on Friday and Saturday. So air quality not an issue again, except for parts of the Big Island. Now, the Big Island likely to get more rain too. You can see that disturbance to their south and east, triggering some thunderstorms. So some of that moisture will get into the windward side. But for now, you can see it's fairly dry, although it's fairly cloudy as well. Not to mention the fog, the haze, and all that, sulfur dioxide. Now, over on Maui, they had a little bit of convective activity out towards Makena, but that's slowly dissipating. The rest of Maui County looking fairly dry. We had those heat-induced showers over the central part of the island earlier this afternoon. They have since dried up. And the very wet windward side this morning, that's dried up as well. They almost had some minor flooding out towards Kaneohe and Kailua. And you can see Kauai looking fairly dry too. So that juicy disturbance to the west, to the south of the Big Island, slowly moving west. So that means they're likely to see the most rain over the next 36 hours, maybe about a half an inch. The rest of the state, about 4/10 of an inch or less. So tomorrow, things are looking good for much of the state. Partly cloudy skies, mostly sunny skies for the leeward sides, a few windward showers, and those trade winds starting to build in. Now, as far as the surf, that's looking up for north and east shores. A bigger south swell is due in over the weekend.
I just picked up the cake for the baby shower.
You know she's having a boy, right?
Need to make a quick switch? We thought about that. Need a little more room? We thought about that. Need to stay connected? We even gave that a thought too. Buick Encore and Buick Envision, part of Buick's 3 SUV lineup. Current eligible lessees, get this low mileage lease on this 2018 Encore for around $199 per month. Or get $4,000 purchase allowance when you finance through GM Financial.
I was operating a forklift on a dock. As I was driving into the container was pulled away from the dock. So I ended up going off the dock with the forklift. I messed up my back, my left side leg, my neck. I really needed an attorney. With Rosenberg, McKay, Hoffman, they were awesome. They helped me a lot. There's not enough words I can say for express without really breaking one tear. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's Fisher Hawaii's huge sale. Over 50,000 products and millions in inventory. Shop Hawaii's largest furniture showroom for huge savings. Pins, pins, pins! Floor-to-ceiling savings on home, school, and all your office needs. And do you know we have all kinds of home products? 3 convenient locations to serve you. Kakako, downtown, and Mapunapuna.
Great products. Right prices.
Right now, Fisher Hawaii!
Hey, aloha gang, I'm Kelly Boy Dilima. You know, when I got my first pickup truck from Windward Ford in Kailua, my whole ohana came along for the ride. Hey, check this out. There's one of my brothers right there. And that big truck, that's my wife. Get on down to Windward Ford in Kailua and check out this month's special.
Get up to $10,000 in savings on a 2018 F-150 truck only at Windward Ford in Kailua.
Hey, get your own Ford.
The lehua, precious to Pele, unique to Hawaii, important to hula. Learn about the rapid ohia death killing our beloved pua. This courtesy message brought to you by the Native Hawaiian Hospitality Association.
Stephanie Lum shares the latest viral stories, fun videos, and everything people are talking about on social media. See exactly what's trending. Weeknights on Hawaii News Now at 9 on K5, the home team. Sponsored by Hawaiian Telcom, Hawaii's technology leader.
The YWCA recognized 4 inspirational women at the 41st Annual Leader Luncheon in Waikiki. They are Catherine No, Central Pacific Bank's President and CEO, Julie Arrigo, the General Manager of Waikiki Park Hotel, Ginny Tiu, pianist and philanthropist, and Loretta Luke Yajima, CEO of Hawaii Children's Discovery Center. Through its 40-year history, nearly 180 women have been recognized for their inspirational work in the community. Jack Johnson brought down the house in the Kahuku High and Intermediate today to donate $100,000 to Kauai. He and other musicians like Makana and Palafunga helped raise the money at their Kukua for Kauai benefit concert.
Just everybody bringing the little bit they can provide. You know, when you put that all together, it can amount to a lot.
Now, items were donated and will be delivered to Kauai residents as well as those affected by the Big Island's volcano. Thanks for watching Hawaii News Now at 6:30.
Closed captioning of Hawaii News Now on K5 is sponsored by Taqueria El Ranchero in Wahiawa. Best tacos in Hawaii.
Take advantage of big-time deals on Nissan trucks and SUVs now at New City Nissan. Hawaii's #1 selling Nissan store. One of the hottest trucks on the road. Nissan Frontier. Drive an SV model for $0 down, $259 a month. The popular Nissan Rogue. Drive an SUV for $0 down, $279 a month. Don't miss out on the great value opportunity on these Nissans today. Get to New City Nissan now. 2295 North King Street in Kalihi.
At Hawaii Medical College, you'll complete your program in 12 to 15 months in just 2 classes per week.
The courses are very fast-paced.
A lot of hands-on
I decided on the pharmacy tech program.
The billing and coding program really piqued my interest.
You can do EKG, phlebotomy, or work in the doctor's office.
They're giving me a career instead of a job. So it's long-term, it's secure, it's stable for me.
Hawaii Medical College. Call or visit online today. We care about your future.
Aloha mai kākou, it's your boy Kona Kaipo. Join me this Saturday for the 41st annual Nahuku Hano Hano Awards. I'm going to be taking over K5 The Home Team's social media page on Facebook.